Imagine a force, an invisible force you can't see or touch, but one that holds your entire world together. Now, what if I told you that overnight it decided to turn against you? It wouldn't start with a bang. It would start in the most ordinary way you can think of, in the quiet of the night while everyone is sleeping. There's no flash of light, no alarm bells, no warning sign in the sky. To you, the world would seem exactly the same, perfectly intact. Something fundamental, a basic rule of the universe, will have shifted right under your feet, silently, and with absolutely no going back. And with that one tiny, imperceptible change, gravity would begin its slow, methodical mission of killing every single one of us. The horror here is that it doesn't announce itself. It just creeps in. You'd wake up feeling maybe a little tired, kind of sluggish. You just dismiss it, right? But what you wouldn't know is that the very physics of your reality, the law that dictates weight itself, has been completely rewritten. Gravity increases by just 10%. Now let's be clear, no known natural event could actually cause this. But as a thought experiment, it reveals a terrifying truth. 10%, it sounds so small, doesn't it? Insignificant, barely an adjustment. And that's the horrifying paradox. The change is so subtle you wouldn't consciously feel it at first. But for us, for a civilization balanced on a razor's edge of physical constants, that 10% is a death sentence. It is more than enough to dismantle everything we are and everything we have ever built. So before a single building falls, before any satellites drop from the sky, the very first front line in this war is inside you. The first thing to break is you. Your body is this incredible machine, perfectly calibrated over millions of years of evolution for a world that, well, no longer exists. Now, every single heartbeat, every breath, becomes a desperate struggle against an invisible enemy. The overload is total. Your heart, this amazing pump, is now straining to push blood that is suddenly 10% heavier, fighting an impossible battle to get oxygen up to your brain. Your lungs labor for every breath. And deep inside you, your own skeleton, the frame that holds you together, starts to develop tiny microfractures under its own new unbearable weight. And this would happen fast. Within hours, hospitals would be full. Doctors would be completely baffled. Perfectly healthy people would start experiencing catastrophic organ failure, their bodies just giving out. The simple act of standing up would become a fatal exertion. So as our bodies are failing from the inside, the world we built around us begins to crumble from the outside. Our greatest achievements? Well, they become our tombs. You have to understand, every road, every bridge, every single skyscraper was built on a promise, the unspoken promise that gravity would always be gravity, a promise that was just broken. They were all engineered with precise calculations for one Earth, and now they exist on a completely different one. It wouldn't be instant either, it would be slow. Concrete, under the immense new pressure, would start to compress and crack. Steel support beams, rated for a specific weight, would start to bend. The oldest bridges, they'd go first, their tired structures just giving way. And the towers, they wouldn't just fall over, not yet. They would begin to sink, their foundations literally being crushed into the ground by a weight they were never meant to hold. So what about that intricate web of technology that defines our modern age? Well, it's not just a tool anymore. It's an anchor. And it's about to drag us down with terrifying speed. Suddenly, the basic principles of flight are just wrong. Airplanes are too heavy to take off, period. They're grounded. Satellites, their orbits perfectly calculated for a weaker pull, are dragged from the sky in a fiery rain. Your GPS, which relies on them, becomes an instant liar. And power lines, now heavier, sag beyond their limits, stretch, and snap, plunging entire continents into darkness. It's a domino effect of failure, and it's happening everywhere, all at once. Every piece of progress we've ever made, every circuit and every engine was built for a lighter world. In this new, heavier one, our own advancement becomes an anchor, holding us down as we sink. But this isn't just about the end of human civilization. This is the end of the world as we know it. Life itself is being crushed. The ancient trees, the ones that have stood for centuries, would snap like twigs under the weight of their own branches. Animals, their bodies suddenly too heavy for their own bone structures, would collapse in the fields. Birds would literally fall out of the sky. Even insects would find their wings are no longer strong enough to fight this new, heavier air. You see, evolution takes millennia. It's a slow, patient process of adaptation. This change, though, it's instant. There is no time to adapt. There is only time to fail. With transportation totally impossible, food rots right where it was grown. Water pumps, unable to fight the increased pull, fail. The great cities become silent, concrete graveyards. And governments, borders, armies, they all just cease to matter. Nations dissolve not with a bang, but with a silent, heavy whisper. Ultimately, we're a species born from a delicate balance. We are perfectly adapted to one set of rules, one specific gravity. All of our biology, our history, our ambition, it's all based on that one constant. So what happens when the very foundation of everything simply gives way? The Earth wouldn't explode, the universe wouldn't end, the planet would just continue its orbit completely indifferent. It would just become a quieter, heavier place.